Oh, it's freezing in here. Oh, is it cold where you are? Oh, I can't get warm. It's frozen day this week at Kidz Klub. Frozen. Need to warm up. It's frozen day this week at Kidz Klub, and we're gonna have lots of frozen fun. Who's your favourite frozen character? Is it Olaf? Is it Elsa? Is it Anna? Is it, I don't even know their names. There's the other guy with the reindeer person. I don't know who they are. But hopefully you will know who they are. And I would love to know who your favourite Frozen character is. I know a joke from Frozen, and that is, why do you never give a balloon to Anna? Is it Anna? Why do you never give a balloon to Anna? Because she'll let it go. She'll let it... I know. It's a good joke, that, isn't it? Is it Elsa? Why do you never give... I've ruined that joke, haven't I? You can have this joke. It's not funny anymore because I've just ruined it. But why do you never give a balloon to Elsa? Because she'll let it go. Oh, there you go. Tell that to all your friends. Anyway, it's Frozen Week here at Kidz Klub on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. And we hope you are going to enjoy this video that's going to be on YouTube today. It's Frozen Week. But before we get into all that fun, we need to do two things. Two notices that we need to give that we give every single week. The first one is, make sure you're watching with an adult. We want to make sure that you guys are safe online, and YouTube is a very fun place, and the internet has got lots of good stuff on there, but it can also be a very dangerous place as well, and we want to keep you guys safe on the internet. So make sure there's an adult with you, just checking that you are doing the right things and looking at the right things. And also, they should get involved as well. Adults, you can enjoy it. You can join in. You can send messages as well to this number. That's our second point. Join in and send messages to this number. We love to hear from you. We love to see your pictures. We love to see your videos. We love to read your messages. So if you want to get in touch with us, use this number. If you use WhatsApp, it's free and it's the quickest way to do it. So send us messages via this number to WhatsApp, and we would love to see all those pictures. If you want to enter our competitions, you can also send pictures to this number as well, and we will enter you into those competitions. So that's our 2 points. Number one, watch with an adult. Number two, send pictures and messages to this number. All right, it's time now for our praise party song. So let's get warmed up. It's freezing, isn't it? It's Frozen Day, so we need to get nice and warm. Oh, shake off those joints, shake off those legs, do some jumps around, running on the spot. Excellent. Are we nice and warm? Ready to do some actions and some dancing? Because it's time for our praise party song, which we're going to do right now.
And we're going to sing Shine from the Inside
Out.
Out.
I like this one.
I love this
Do you
one.
like this song,
I
Emily?
do. I love it.
You love it?
I do.
Here
I'm
we
going
go
to be the
then.
biggest shine possible.
Everyone stand on your feet.
Sleeping Beauty.
We're gonna
Stand on your
shine
feet,
really
Team
big.
Olaf.
Shine
From the inside out, that the world will see you live in
Come on,
me.
bigger.
Shine. From the inside out, that the world will see you live in me.
Shine again.
Shine. From the inside out, that the world will see you live in me.
Keep shining.
Shine. From the inside out, that the world will see you live in me.
Because you know me.
You know
And you
me,
love me.
you love me,
You feel me.
you feel me.
So send me
To shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me.
Shine again.
Shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me.
Know me, love me.
Know me, love me, feel me, send
Can you
me.
do it that fast? And again.
Know me, love me, feel me, send me.
Keep going one more time.
Know me, love me, feel me, send me.
All right, fast one more time.
Know me, love me, feel me, send me.
All right, I want you to shine really, really big. You ready?
To shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me.
Shine again.
Shine from the inside out, that the world will see you live in me.
You know me.
Know me, and you love me, you feel me, so send me to shine from the inside out, that the world will see You live in me.
Shine big.
Shine from the inside out, that the world will see. You live in me.
Shine again.
Shine from the inside out, that the world will see. You live in me.
Shine.
Shine from the inside out, that the world will see. You live in me.
Well done. Okay,
Oh.
you're going to take a sit down. Give yourselves a big clap and give God a clap as well.
Wow, what a great praise party song to sing all together. I hope you guys joined in from home. Now, Olaf here loves seeing all of your guys colouring in sheets. So we're going to have a look at the sheets that you guys have sent in this week of all of your amazing colouring. And we'll also see some pictures from last week's family challenge and the Usser challenge. So if you sent in your picture, make sure you have a look around to see if you can see yours. And if you don't see yours, it might be because you forgot to send us one. But don't worry, you can send us your picture this week, ready for us to show next time, and to be in with a chance of winning our prize for having the best coloured in sheet. So let's have a look at this week's entries.
Wow, those sheets were absolutely amazing. The sheets and people doing last week's family challenge, thank you so much for getting involved, for sending in your pictures, and we hope you enjoyed finding them, and we hope you enjoyed seeing your own pictures on there on our last little slide. So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for sending in your pictures. We absolutely love it when you send your pictures to us. This week it's time now for our family challenge, and this week it's Frozen Day, isn't it? It's getting colder in here all the time. I'm freezing. Anyway, it's freezing, and this week's challenge is all about freezing and frozen and things that are very, very cold. So you've got 1 minute, just 1 minute. I want you to make sure you ask an adult. Make sure you ask an adult who's with you, because I don't want you getting into trouble for damaging things or anything like that. But I want you to ask an adult to help you to find the tastiest thing you can find in your freezer. All right, have a look in your freezer. What can you find in your freezer? Is it frozen peas? Is it frozen carrots? Is it an ice cream or an ice pop if you're really lucky? Or is it frozen chicken? Is it yesterday's frozen dinner that was left over and you've stuck it in the freezer? I'd love to know. Frozen chips. Ooh, I love frozen chips. Have a look in your freezer. See what you can find in your freezer. Take a picture of it. Don't hold it too long because it's very, very cold. and send us a picture and we'll enter you into this week's Family Challenge. So you've got 1 minute to go to your freezer, ask an adult to help you and find something frozen. Go! Alright, so it's time for this week's power phrase, and this week's power phrase is, with God, all things are possible. Just think about that for a second. All things. Like, literally anything is possible with God. What can you imagine? What's the thing that you can dream about? That is possible with God, because all things are possible with God. So we're going to sing our power phrase like this. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things. God, all things. With God, all things are possible. Yeehaw! Well done. Did you sing that nice and loud? Did you do the yeehaw at the end and the claps? I hope so. We're going to have one more go at it, so make sure you put in the claps and the yeehaw and sing it really loud so your neighbours can hear you. You ready? It goes like this. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things. God, all things. With God, all things are possible. Yeehaw! Okay, so now we're going to find out who won our prizes last week. Last week was Superheroes Day, do you remember? And I set you a family challenge where I asked you to either draw your favourite superhero, or dress up as your favourite superhero, or do an action to tell me who your favourite superhero is, like Spider-Man, or Superman, or Batman. I don't know what Batman does, but something like that. Anyway, so that was the challenge for last week, and we also gave away prizes for the best sheet like we do every week. And this week's winners are being shown right now up here. So hopefully you can see your picture there. If not, make sure you enter the competition this week by entering via this phone number here, and then you will be entered into this week's competition, and next week you will see yourself up here if you win. So if you haven't won, keep entering and you might win in the future. If you have won, keep entering, you might win again. I know lots of people who have won more than once, but well done to these guys who have won this week's Family Challenge and Best Sheet competition, and have won a special prize from Kidz Klub. So, enter again this week, you might win a prize next week, but well done to these guys, fantastic job.
Okay, so because it's Frozen Week this week, me and Olaf are going to set you this week's Usher Challenge. And to join in, you'll need 2 or 3 pieces of scrap paper. I've got some old Kidz Klub's colouring sheets, and what you'll need to do is scrunch them up to turn them into a snowball. Then we're going to use 2 or 3 snowballs to balance on top of each other to make a snowman, just like Olaf. And we're going to see if we can balance our snowmen for 10 seconds, or maybe even longer if you're an expert. You'll have to tell us how long you managed to balance it for. But let's try 10 altogether. I'm going to try a 3-layer snowman. Oh, really tricky. Oh, let's see. Okay, I think I'm ready. On your marks, get set, go. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seconds were up. I managed to balance 2 of mine for 10 seconds, but my third one fell down. How did you guys do at home? If you joined in, why don't you send us a picture or maybe even a little video of you joining in? We'd love to see this week's Usher Challenge.
Right, we're going to do our power phrase one more time. Can you remember it from earlier? It goes like this. With God, all things are possible. And we've got claps, and we've got yeehaws, all that good stuff. Are you ready to do it with me? It goes like this. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things. God, all things. With God, all things are possible. Yeehaw! Should we do it one more time? With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things. God, all things. With God, all things are possible. Yeehaw! It's time now for our teaching, where we're going to find out what that means. What does it mean that with God, all things are possible? What does it mean for us today, right now, in Leeds? And we're going to learn all about that now. So let's watch our teaching.
So today at Kidz Klub, it is Frozen Day. Have you guys ever watched Frozen before? Do you have a favourite bit or a favourite song? Maybe it's Let It Go, or maybe it's a different one. If you've not watched it before, it's about these 2 sisters, one called Elsa and the other one is called Anna. And Elsa has these amazing superpowers where she can turn anything into snow or ice just by waving her hands and doing it, or sometimes even just when she touches things, it turns to ice. And so if she wants to make herself a castle out of ice, she just... and up it rises. If she wants it to snow all the time, then she just makes a snow cloud. And it snows all day long. She can make a whole world into a wintry wonderland. And she can even make herself a snowman, just like Olaf here, whenever she wants. Elsa has some amazing superpowers. I wonder if you guys could have any superpower in the whole world, what would you choose to have? Maybe you'd have the opposite of Elsa, and you'd want to have a power where you can make it summer and really nice and warm and hot all the time. That would be nice. Although I don't think it'd be very good for my friend Olaf here, who might melt. Or maybe you'd like to have a superpower like Dash from The Incredibles and be able to run super, super fast. Or maybe you'd like to be like Elastigirl and be able to stretch your body and do all sorts of cool things. Or maybe you'd like to have a superpower like someone from Encanto and be able to shapeshift or make flowers everywhere or be like Antonio and talk to animals. There are so many amazing powers you could choose. Maybe you'd fly or be able to travel to different places. What would you choose to be able to do? But you know, today we're learning that with God, all things are possible. And that's because God made everything. And so all power belongs to God. God can do anything, anything at all. And we sing a song about that at Kidz Klub, don't we? We sing, God can do anything, anything at all. God can do anything, anything at all. Nothing is too big for him and nothing is too small. God can do anything, anything at all. And that's true. God can do anything at all. There is nothing that is impossible for God. And when Jesus was living here on earth, he had God's power living inside of him. And so Jesus could do some amazing things, things that just seem impossible to us. Jesus could turn a glass of water into a glass of wine. Jesus could make poorly bodies better. He could make blind eyes be able to see again. He could do so many amazing things. And today we're going to hear a true story from the Bible about something Jesus did with his friend Peter.
This is Peter.
Hey-o! Whoop!
Peter was a fisherman who was called by Jesus.
Hey!
Peter saw the many miracles of Jesus.
Whoa!
And he heard all his teachings. Great crowds followed Jesus wherever he went. One day after Jesus had done a great miracle, he sent the disciples in a boat across the lake while he stayed and sent the people home.
See ya! Hey, Jesus!
After sending them home, Jesus went up into the hills by himself to pray. Meanwhile, the disciples were in trouble far away from land, for a strong wind had risen, and they were fighting heavy waves. About 3 o'clock in the morning, Jesus came toward them, walking on water. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were terrified. In their fear, they cried out, "It's a ghost!"
Hold on there.
But Jesus spoke to them at once. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Take courage. I am here." Then Peter called to him, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you walking on the water." So Jesus said, "Yes, come." So Peter went over the side of the boat
Whoa, you're awesome.
and walked on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw the strong wind and the waves,
Whoa!
he was terrified and began to sing.
Baby, help me!
"Save me, Lord!" he shouted. Jesus immediately reached out and grabbed him. Jesus said, "You have so little faith. Why did you doubt me?" When they climbed back into the boat, the wind stopped. Then the disciples worshipped him and said, "You really are the Son of God."
Wow! So Jesus was able to walk on the water. That is definitely something that seems impossible to do, doesn't it? I've never walked on water. Have you guys ever walked on water before? No. But Jesus could do it because God's power was living inside of him. And with God's power, all things are possible. There is nothing that is impossible for God. Although, just because all things are possible for God doesn't mean that God does do everything. You see, God could actually give us powers like Elsa, couldn't he? He could make us able to turn things into snow and into ice. But he doesn't give us those powers. God could make it that I could walk on water, but I've never done that before. God can do anything, but sometimes God doesn't always do what we expect or want. You see, in our story, Peter, he had to trust God, didn't he? He had to trust that he could get out of the boat and walk on the water too. But that was really scary for Peter because the storm was all around him and he started to get really worried. And kids, that can be the same for us, can't it? Sometimes there's things going on in our lives that feel like a storm swirling, whirling all around us, and we can feel really scared or afraid or sad. And in those times, we need to trust God. We can trust that with God, all things are possible. And even though things might not happen the way we expect or want, we can trust that God does keep on loving you. God does keep on caring for you and wanting good things for you. You can trust God and remember that with him, all things are possible.
How amazing was that? With God, all things are possible. We just saw, didn't we, Jesus walking on water. Have you ever tried to do that? It's impossible. You just sink. You just fall straight into the water. But Jesus did it because with God, all things are possible. So we're going to pray now to thank God about that. And so you can pray with me if you want to. Dear God, thank you so much that with you, all things are possible. Help me to remember when I'm struggling with something, when I'm finding something really hard, when I just don't see a way through, when I'm scared or I'm worried. Help me to remember that with you, all things are possible. And help me to ask you for help, to help me to do whatever it is that I need to do. Thank you, God, that with you, all things are possible. Amen. Amen. So that's the end of our Frozen week this week. I hope you've had a really good time watching us on YouTube. Remember, next week we will be back at 5 o'clock on YouTube. So be ready next week. Remember to subscribe, to like this video, to hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. it does help you really, because it gives you notifications as to when Kidz Klub are going to be putting more videos up there. So make sure you do those things. If you want to know more about this channel, do those things and then it will tell you when the next video is online. Make sure you enter our competitions by messaging on our phone number down here. Send us pictures and videos and messages. We love to hear those from you. But until next week, have a fantastic week and we'll see you on YouTube next Monday. Bye for now.